Well, about 100,000 people gathered to watch the New Year's fireworks in Hong Kong, the largest in the Chinese city's history. They spent $1.6 million to ring in the new year in Hong Kong. That's several hours ago, and they're the crowds in Times Square as we wait 5.5 hours now until the ball drops in Times Square, and 2013 is upon us. Welcome back. Our look ahead to 2013 continues now with more politics, this time the politics here in our region. The 2013 elections, and yes, we're already talking about next November, but the 2013 elections, while they are an off-year ballot for national offices, they do include 4 key races here in our region. We begin with the race for New York City mayor. Mayor Michael Bloomberg is term limited, and at last check, he was not planning to change the city charter again to run for a 4th term. We'll keep you posted. So that means a new mayor and new candidates from both parties. On the Democratic side, likely candidates include City Council President Christine Quinn, former Comptroller and 2009 Democratic nominee Bill Thompson, Public Advocate Bill de Blasio, and City Comptroller John Liu. On the Republican side, most of the focus has been on the recently departed chairman of the MTA, Joe Lhota. Other possible Republican candidates include 2 current Democrats. What does this say about the state of the New York GOP? That would be former Bronx Borough President Adolfo Carrion and State Senator Malcolm Smith, as well as the owner of Gristedes Supermarkets, John Catsimatidis. So the question is, first of all, anybody not on the list that we just gave you think might be a player in this?
There was a lot of talk about Police Commissioner Ray Kelly, but it doesn't look like, and he has said so much publicly, that he basically is not interested. So take him off the list, but you mentioned all the candidates.
Okay. The Republican side seems particularly problematic right now because you've got 2 Democrats on that list, Malcolm Smith and Adolfo Carrion, trying to figure out
non-contenders.
Okay.
Lhota needs to lose the beard. That was one of the creepiest photos of a potential candidate I've ever seen. They should put that back up. He looks like he got caught walking out of a.
I want to take this picture as Vote McCormick 2013. Joe Lhota has problems besides his beard. I mean, the MTA. The last act that he has as MTA chairman is a rate hike. What do you think of his odds?
I would not write him off. I wouldn't write off Catsimatidis either, the supermarket owner. One, because it could be Bloomberg all over again. Catsimatidis could spend an awful lot of money, which he has as the owner of Gristedes. But you asked about Joe Lhota. Here's why you better not write him off, and remember the name Joe Lhota. You may point to the fare increase with the MTA. Most people will remember the recovery effort from Sandy, how he got the system going back again. And here's the most important part. He was a deputy mayor under Rudy Giuliani. The first person to endorse Joe Lhota before he even became a candidate, and he's still not a candidate, was guess who? Rudy Giuliani. Don't write the guy off. It could be a return to Giuliani days.
That is professional analysis right there.
So very quick, you think Lhota?
Wow.
That was it's already a spirit of kumbaya.
Do you know what?
I love you, man.
I knew none of that.
I love you, man.
I knew none of that about
you, man.
I love you right back. I knew none of that about Joe Lhota.
Somebody get me a shovel, please. Somebody get me a shovel.
Oh my gosh.
We're going into 2013. I love you, my brother. 2013.
He was a deputy.
I love you too, my brother.
Thank you so much.
He was a
and Ralph, the technical director, and Amy, and everybody else.
Okay, let me bring it back.
Go ahead, let's bring it back.
Who do you think is the Republican nominee? Who do you think is the Democratic nominee?
Lhota, if he can stomach running, will be the Republican nominee. He's never run for anything, to my knowledge, so I don't know how he will hold up. Those Giuliani folks, they do very well at managing, not so good when they've got to be scrutinized and when they have to answer question after question from people like me. On the Democratic side, the money right now, conventional wisdom, says Christine Quinn, but we don't know how she holds up in a debate. We don't know how she's going to hold up when she faces real questions from people like me. Don't write off Bill Thompson, the former city controller, just yet. Don't write him off.
All right.
Gave Bloomberg a run for his money.
And, you know,
that's a lot
hopefully they can all stand up to questions from.
And I still love you, man.
I still love you. Wow. No love for Christine Quinn. Lots of tough questions. The other big race in our region next year is for governor of New Jersey. Chris Christie has already announced that he is going to seek re-election, and it is highly unlikely any other Republican is going to challenge him for the nomination. On the Democratic side, Newark Mayor Cory Booker already announced he will not enter the race. That leaves some lesser-known Democrats to fight for the nomination. Among them, State Senator Barbara Bono, the only announced Democratic candidate thus far. Other possible candidates include include Steve Sweeney, president of the state Senate, Dick Cody, a current state senator and the former governor who took over after Jim McGreevy's resignation, Lisa Jackson, the outgoing administrator of the EPA, she's from New Jersey, and I'm throwing onto this list Steve Rothman, the outgoing North Jersey congressman, because I had room on the graphic for a fifth name, and I couldn't.
Not a chance, not a chance, not a chance, not a chance.
Well, is there any?
Agreed.
Is this all just a referendum on Chris Christie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And he's flying high right now. His poll numbers are
right now.
Yeah.
But
still.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Booker would have been his only. I think Booker's being real smart about this. He's just going to put all his eggs in that Senate basket. He's going to seek the blessings of Lautenberg.
Good luck with that one.
But listen, I mean, Booker has got senator written all over him. Why mess with this? Why get your uniform dirty running against the guy who's probably going to win, doing a great job? And yeah, I think it's a referendum on Christie, and he just has to hold on.
Nobody's poll numbers stay that high where Christie's are right now, around the 70% mark all the way through. And there are some issues. The unemployment rate is still near 10% in New Jersey.
Yeah, not awesome.
The economy has not rebounded in the state. Atlantic City, and he spent a lot of his political capital on refurbishing Atlantic City. That is not in great shape, and I think the news is going to be even worse in 2013.
But you know what, though? Then again, by the time they wrap up the 2013 is his re-election. We've got to figure about the time that the aid money, the federal aid money that he's going to be getting and claiming that that he won for the state, that's going to be rolling in right around the time that he can start running ads about it and
Good point.
Listen, Andrew, say whatever you want about Chris Christie. Chris Christie is no fool. And as you know, I've not really been a fan of his on his show. I have said that he's basically a bad impersonation of Rudy Giuliani.
You have said that.
Been there. Yeah, I said that, right?
Yeah. I've been here while you said it.
But, see, 2013 is bringing out weird things in me. But anyway,
yeah.
But here's why I don't sleep on Chris Christie. And here's the message that Cory Booker received. One of the smartest things I've ever seen a politician do, ever, was when Chris Christie said, "We got this storm, Democrat in the White House, I love you, man." When he said that to President Obama and they had that moment together, that sealed his re-election in the state of New Jersey.
Killed Charlie Crist in Florida, though. He hugged the president getting off the plane. It's just funny, different state, different times.
Florida's a little different.
It is. And do you think any Democrat has the ability to raise their profile enough to...
Not amongst the names that you mentioned.
All right. There are a couple of county executive races in our region we're going to be watching. Both feature Republican executives who won in 2009 in very Democratic counties. On Long Island, Nassau executive Ed Mangano's term is expiring. No official word on whether he'll seek re-election, but the county's economy is still languishing. County's finances still being overseen by Albany, and there's been no progress on revitalizing Nassau Coliseum, which is one of the reasons why the county's only pro sports team, the Islanders, are leaving Nassau County. The other one is Westchester County, where Republican Rob Astorino has had a better 3 years. The county's economy is rebounding slowly, and with the exception of the still unresolved housing discrimination settlement in the county, it's been relatively quiet for Astorino on the non-economic front. Let me start in Nassau County, and we don't want to parse the entire county's laundry for everybody here, but you lose the Islanders, you lose the one pro sports team. How is that not an albatross around his neck going into his re-election campaign?
It is. Just drive past the area. And I know that folks in Nassau County, they voted to not raise taxes. But look at what you're dealing with now. Taxes ultimately may be forced to go up. That area does not, where the Islanders played, does not look good. And I don't think the county executive, he's going to have a tough time.
TJ, you're on the air in Westchester. You spend a lot of time talking Westchester politics.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good right now for Rob Astorino for re-election. Do you agree?
Yeah. Well, yeah. My listeners at WVOX 1460 AM.
Oh, you're right.
Good morning, Westchester. 6 to 9.
See that smile? That
6 to 9 Monday through
all
Friday.
right.
Anyway, here's
Stop
the
looking at my camera.
Rob Astorino. Rob Astorino is in good shape. We now have 3 Democrats who have thrown their hat in the ring. Well, Ken Jenkins, the chairman of the County Board of Legislators, he announced yesterday that he will be announcing. I love that stuff on Wednesday. But the official email is out. So
it's
now
like
you
a
have
boarding announcement. We'll be boarding. In 5 minutes.
we'll be boarding in 5 minutes. So please just hurry up and wait. And Noam Bramson, the mayor of New Rochelle, and the fellow from White Plains, I forget his name. Those are 3. I'm gonna do those 3. I do my show at 6 a.m. I forget a lot of stuff. Anyway, those 3 Democrats are in. Astorino. The other thing going that we didn't mention. Taxes have remained where they are.
Astorino's a strong contender.
Taxes have remained the same. Look, it's a very Democrat county, but with a lot of dough and a lot of people paying $18,000, $20,000, $22,000, $30,000 a year in property taxes. This guy has kept taxes where they are, so that bodes well for him.
Because of the difficulty of winning as a Democrat, as a Republican in a Democratic county, if Mangano wins re-election or if Astorino wins re-election, are they automatically statewide contenders, let's say for the governor's race or for a Senate race or something else, or do they automatically become the next stars?
Astorino's name has been mentioned as someone with statewide appeal, but for the Republican Party, it's not good as a statewide contender up against the 800-pound gorilla, if you will, in Albany, with sky-high approval numbers. I gave you credit, Governor Cuomo, and that is Governor Andrew Cuomo. He's running for president if Hillary Clinton doesn't run for president. Please don't get started. Let's not. We're going to 2013. Let's not disagree right now. We know how you feel against Hillary Clinton.
It's also, we'll get to that another day. It's also, Hillary needs a little love right now. She does. But the other thing is, it'll be interesting to see where Governor Cuomo is with both of these races, because he has a tendency to reach over across the aisle. I don't think he's going to be, singing Kumbaya with too many Democrats, but he might not be exactly beating the drum against Rob Astorino or maybe even Ed Mangano. It'll be interesting to see how they relate to him and how he relates back to them. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to check out some of the movies that are already getting plenty of buzz. It's the entertainment side of our look ahead at 2013 right after this.